I have a small announcement. That's okay, I didn't tell you. So, the television is on downstairs, so if anybody at any point in time wants to sit downstairs, the service is streaming downstairs, and it's comfortable down there too. Okay. So can we zoom in on the items a little bit here? We have a uniform here that was worn by Lynn's father during the war. We have what sort of looks like a valley, a sea of poppies to help remind us, and the cross. We also have some medals. Let's see if we can. And these medals were worn also by Lynn's father. I wanted to talk to you a little bit today about Remembrance Day. We honor Remembrance Day the day before November the 11th when we're at church. And at school, we often remember Remembrance Day on the actual day. Both times, we have 2 minutes of silence. But do you know why? We remember the people that have died before us during the wars. Wars that some of us don't even remember. Wars like the First World War or the Second World War. Wars in the Middle East. Wars that are finished. Wars that are still happening today. Many of us wear a poppy. Do you know why we wear a poppy? Do you know why we wear the poppy on our left side? We wear the poppy on our left side because that's close to our heart. That's where our heart is. And that helps us to remember and keep the people who have gone before us close to our heart. We might listen to a poem about Flanders Fields, about poppies when we're at school. We might hear a song like we did this morning called The Last Post. This song was often played on the trumpet or the bugle by soldiers at the end of their day's activities. It marked the end of the day. And so it started to get used on Remembrance Day, and it was also used during military funerals. Peace. Let's remember peace. And let's think about ways that we can be peaceful together. Peaceful with our brothers and our sisters, with our families. Let's talk together as a family about your thoughts. I want you to ask your parents, your grandparents, your aunts, your uncles, what do they know about war? That's okay, we will get sound. Yep. When my dad was a
Use mine, because this is important.
When my dad was a little boy, he lived in Germany. He was born in Germany. And when the Second World War ended, the American soldiers occupied the city that he lived in. He was very young. My grandfather was an officer in the German army. It was a very different experience in Germany after the war. And my dad was very grateful for the American soldiers who occupied the city that he lived in because they shared their food with him. He was very hungry. They didn't have anything after the war. Let's be peacemakers. In Matthew 5, verse 9, it says, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called children of God." The soldiers who occupied the city that my dad lived in Germany, they showed peace. They showed peace with my dad by sharing their food, even though my dad was German. We can show peace in many different ways. I wonder, how will you show peace to someone today? I wonder who you will show peace to today. And I wonder, how does peace make you feel?